Okay, so as long as this is working properly now, should be streaming again. I don't know what happened. Basically, I just got a notification. It's like, hey, Streamlabs isn't working. It's crashing. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. Okay, cool. And here we are. So, the goal is to keep things going. Obviously, that wasn't the entirety of the sprint. So sorry for coming back a little bit sooner than expected, but thank you guys for coming over. So I guess 25 minutes sprint, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Let me know how you guys are doing. How'd you do that sprint? We'll just count this as our first break and like let it be what it is. We'll just let it be what it is. But but yeah, so um I'm all confuddled at this point. Um, I'm up to or down to negative 479 words. So I got a little bit over 500 words. I think I started at like negative 1039, something like that. Um, so let's see here. So yeah, I got 560 words during that sprint. Reworking the scene. It's completely different than what it was before, but like in a good way. It needed to be different, if that makes sense. So, thank you, La, for welcoming me back. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes like the internet and my software just doesn't want me to be great. Like I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to be out here doing a thing, and here comes freaking what you call it, Streamlabs crashing and being like, oh, you thought you were gonna write? No, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, cool, 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 cool. But yeah, let me know how you guys did for that sprint, and I left a link in the chat, so hopefully everyone else will see it and like come over once the time is up. But yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Last sprint went pretty well for me. Got a little over a page written. Oh, how I wish I could just type all this into my documents instead of having to put it on paper. That's fair. That's fair. Technically can be technology can be super whack sometimes. It happens. Yeah, it does. It does. I guess it's just one of those things where I was just like in the middle of like a thought, and it was just like, oh, problem, and I was like, huh, what? Okay, so it's cool. But I'm glad you got over just a little over a page. Um, do you like prefer handwriting or do you prefer typing it up? Just out of curiosity. I know that I'm the type of person where I prefer to type things up if I can because like my brain handwriting does not keep up with like my hand does not keep up with my brain rather, so it slows me down. The only time I really handwrite is when I'm like if I'm blocked, I really feel like I have to handwrite because like I said, my hand doesn't go as fast, so it's like I have to slow down and be more intentional about what I'm writing versus when I'm just trying to get it out, I'm like I gotta type, I gotta get it out, I gotta keep up. But I don't know if that's just me. I also apparently can't spell, so we're both on struggle bus. Clearly, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. People always complain about Monday, but I feel like Tuesday is the day that kind of gets me because it's just kind of like, okay, we're into this week. Now what? Now we have to be great or not. There is no in between. There is no in between. But yeah, but no, I think the thing that gets me about the technology is just that I know people came to like do the sprints or what have you, and it's just kind of frustrating because it's like I know people are here to like be productive, and I know some people are like they wait for me to come back, and I'm just kind of like, sorry you guys, it's not here, I can't come back. So it's just one of those things where it's just like I don't want people to feel like she's not reliable. There's always problems, and I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That being said, as for me, this scene is coming along pretty well. Um, I needed to completely like rewrite, not completely rewrite, but there's a scene with Tara, and she hasn't shown up in the book for a while, and so I was just kind of like, trying to get her personality straight, because the first scene that I wrote, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. It was just like, nah, this she feels too much like Sarah. And one of the things that, and I don't say that to like be a bad thing, right? In this sense, I just mean in the characters feel too similar to each other, and I try to really make sure that my characters all have distinct personalities, and I don't. And it's very easy sometimes with like a wider cast to fall into the trap of having characters sound like other characters without even meaning to. So currently the goal is to just go back and make sure that Brandy and Tara sound like Brandy and Tara. So that's kind of where I'm at this point. And also, I changed this before the sprints started, but over here, the signed hardback ebook exclusive artwork candle. Just so you guys are aware, the my brain is not focusing at all at this point. But yeah, the We Are Dying Gods has a pre-order box, and it comes with this stuff and a couple of other things. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the description box below. Finally, got through the sentence. Today's going to be a day. It was going well. I was being productive, but I feel like that little mishap, it shouldn't have messed with my brain like it did, but it did. I guess we have to accept some things for what they are at this point. But yeah. But that being said, still going to keep going, still going to try to get some stuff done. And yeah. Will it still be available on Friday? Yes, it will. It will. So, I'm planning to have it available. It's the pre-order bundle, so it'll be available up until either I run out of stock or the pre-order is done. The book is available. So whichever one comes first. The box itself is going to be limited. I'm only doing 50 of them. So it's first come, first serve. But as for the other stuff, like the hardback, the ebook, the paperback, all of that is still up for pre-order. And that can be gotten at any point up until the book releases. And it comes out August 29th. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited. And I'm trying to like okay. Give me a second to collect my thoughts, because you ever just need a moment to like feel your disappointment? I feel like I'm trying to talk through it. And I'm just genuinely disappointed that the stream crashed. Okay. But yeah, the box is going to have I was excited to kind of like put it together, because I've always wanted to be able to like do a box, and I couldn't do it with We Are the Origin because I didn't know like if anybody would want the book, but also it was like my debut book, and I didn't want to like put a whole bunch of money and investment into a box, especially like ahead of time. So I was just like, okay, I understand why we can't do it for We Are the Origin, but for We Are Dying Gods, I'm like, okay, I know how many people pre-ordered We Are the Origin. I know how many copies of the book that I've sold for We Are the Origin. So hopefully people will want to get We Are Dying Gods, since it is, the sequel and the continuation of the story. And since there are people who like have voiced interest, I was like, I want to do a box. I want to do a box, and I want to, offer something to people that's going to be like of good value, So it's just like you get a signed hardback version of the book, and there is going to be stuff under the cover, because I don't know, I feel like if you're getting a hardback, you really want like a nice naked jacket too. So there's going to be something underneath the hardback. Also getting the ebook, because I'm one of those people where I'm just like, if you pay for a physical copy of something, I feel like you should get the digital copy included. So I'm going through in the ebook, and also because the box ships after the book has been released, I also want the ebook to be like, okay, well, the day it releases, you still have it. So it's not like, oh, I paid extra for this box, but I don't get to read the book as soon as people who purchase other versions of the book. I didn't want it to be like that. So you also get the ebook, and there's going to be several pieces of exclusive artwork that are going to be exclusive to the box. Um, I literally this morning I was talking to my cover artist because she also does all the like pre-order artwork and stuff. And we were talking about what I wanted for the scene. Oh crap, I was supposed to send her that. Oh snap. I need I need I forgot to send her the details for the stuff. Okay. Adding that to my list of things to do. Anyway, we were literally talking about it this morning, and she's going to do a little bit more of the artwork. I also have like a bookmark, an exclusive image of one of the characters on a bookmark that I really want to include in the box. And it's also going to have a candle, and it's not only just like a regular candle. It is a custom candle that is going to be one of the scents from the book. I'm still waiting on the samples to figure out which one is going to like hit the right scent or whatever, but that's also going to be included in the box. So it's going to have like a lot of fun stuff in it, and I'm hoping that people get it and enjoy it. The pre-order for the hardback and the paperback are also going to have some of the pre-order stuff in it. But it's not going to have everything. And of course, the box comes with the map. And Ben and I have been talking, because I think y'all know this, but Ben is the one who created the map for the original copy of the book. So, yeah. So, this is the map. And Ben created it for me. So, I'm thinking that I want another one so that it's just like if you got the first one, it's like you have the map of the entire realm, right? But for this one, I want to kind of narrow it down so that there's also a map of like the specific places that the characters are going in this one. But we have to see what's possible, what can be done. But if it can be done, I also would like to include a secondary map that's specific for We Are Dying Gods. So we'll see. I'm having fun with the pre-order. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy that the placeholder cover went over so well with people. This is, by the way, what's on screen is not the final cover for the book. It's just a placeholder until I do an official cover reveal. And part of the reason for that is I've talked about it just a little bit. And we'll start the next sprint 10 minutes after the hour, just to give people a chance to like migrate over to this stream. But the reason why I did a placeholder cover is because I knew that I wanted to set the pre-order up before the end of February. And originally I had commissioned my artist to do a cover, and she got it to me on time, but it wasn't what I had in mind. And so I ended up asking her to do another one for me. And that's the one that I ultimately ended up going with. But I was also like, I want to announce the pre-order. So I was like, let me put something together. And this is the placeholder cover is what came from that. I didn't expect people to enjoy it so much, but that's also a happy accident, I guess. So yeah. But the official cover is really gorgeous. I'm really excited to like share it out, and I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully if things go according to plan, I will be sharing it later this week, but it's definitely going to be in my newsletter tomorrow. So, which is also really exciting. I looked at my numbers today, and I never thought that I would be excited to have over 100 people on my newsletter list. But like in my mind, I'm like, that's really cool. That's like 100 people who are like, yeah, we want to know what you're saying, which is so crazy to me because I'm like, emails in 2023 for real? Okay. But I'm really excited about it. I hope that people enjoy it. And I don't know, since I've been doing my newsletter consistently, I have actually been enjoying sending it out because it feels very like, I don't know, it feels very like touching base with the homies. Like, yeah, so let me tell you what happened. You know, like this is what's going on in my life right now. I'm not one of those people where I can send it out all the time, but I do try to send it out at least once every other week. Like, this is what's been happening. This is what we've done. This is it, right? So that's been fun. Let's see here. Back home now, I can really join. The placeholder cover is cute. I love the skulls. Thank you. That is actually that's the crown from the first book. That's Freya's crown from the first book. So let me tell y'all little quick something. As an indie author, I highly recommend that when you get your cover, if you have a good relationship with your artist, or your artist doesn't mind, definitely get a transparent PNG of like just one asset from your cover. So for me, I got Freya's crown from the first book, and I just got it like as a transparent, so I could do what I wanted to with it. And it has come in so so handy with the placeholder cover, with the seam breaks in the book, with pretty much everything. Like if you just need like a little extra something that's not over the top, it's really nice to have like just a little asset from the book that you can include. So yeah. Will I show it on stream tomorrow? I don't know. I'll definitely, I'll probably show it on stream on Thursday. Probably not tomorrow because I want the people in my newsletter to have a chance to see it first. But probably definitely on Thursday I will probably do a cover reveal on the stream. But yeah. So we are going to jump back into this sprinting. Hopefully it'll work better this time. So 10 minutes after the hour currently. So we're going to do another 30-minute sprint, and then we will come back in and check in with each other. I am going to have Chill Hot playing in the background. So I will talk to you guys in 30 minutes. I hope that you are productive. All right, you guys, that is it for that sprint. So let us know what you did, how you did, all of that good stuff. And also, this is your free reminder to do whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself. So stretch, breathe, drink some water, get up out of your chair, walk around, do whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself. So, as for me, I am up to 106 words in the positive. I am not sure how many words I got. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm not really keeping track of how many words I'm getting in each sprint. I'm just keeping track of how many words I have altogether. So yeah, let's see here. Another sprint down. I'm glad to see you back in the positive. Yes, glad to be back in the positive. I think this scene, I think it's working out a lot better. It's one of those things where I don't know if y'all ever have like this issue, but it's like you kind of need like a moment to breathe where the characters are just being like characters. They're just living, they're just bantering, and I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, yeah, a moment to breathe before we jump into like this next aspect of the story. But I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. There are a couple of things that I know for sure that I kind of want to like adjust for and account for going forward. But I can kind of tell as I'm going along that I'm like, okay, I know that when I do edits, I'm going to have to come back and I'm going to have to adjust this and touch on this. And I think that's okay. I think that's okay. It's just part of the process. And for me, the end is usually always a lot less unclear than the beginning. Like the beginning, I usually have like thought out and I'm like, okay, I want this to happen. This needs to happen. Set up and so on and so forth. But now I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how this goes, how this plays out, how this adjusts. But yeah. Let's see here. Law said I got more words down and brought back another character from the beginning. Love it. I love when characters come back full circle. And if you're up to chapter 20, then you'll understand exactly what I mean when I say that, because at this point in the book, you would have, let me make sure that I'm not spoiling anything, but pretty sure you would have already met the person I'm thinking of right now. Yes. Yeah, you would have already met Lena. So, you know that everything comes back full circle. Nobody's introduced without meaning. So, yeah. Let's see here. Essie said more has been written, and now there's some external conflict to go with the internal struggles that have been happening through the rest of the book. Love it. Yo, that's real. I feel like getting that balance between internal and external struggle is key. Is key. Because I think I have to tweak some of the external struggles in this book, but internal struggles, we got that on lock. We got that on lock. But yeah. So, okay, I'm glad you like her. She's adorable. She's a little, I don't know, considering what she did. I don't know if I would call her adorable, but she's one of the more likable characters in the book. I'll say that. But honestly, thinking about it, I think there's only like 3 characters in the book who have never made anybody past tense. Now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. Okay. But there's a thought. Okay, y'all. I don't know why my husband insists on bringing this up, but y'all read prologues, right? Like every time, right? Like every time. Do y'all ever get a book and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to read the prologue? And I'm not talking about a prequel, right? I'm not talking about anything like separate from the actual book itself. But I'm talking about if you get a book and it's got a prologue in the beginning, do y'all just skip the prologue? Because I have not met anyone that chaotic. I don't. I did forget about Grady. Grady didn't make anybody past tense in the book either. So yeah, there are a couple of people, but I'm adding this as a poll, actually. Okay. I just added it as a poll because I would like to know. Benjamin insists that the prologue is optional. And I'm like, I've never read a book where the prologue is optional. You always read the prologue. The prologue gives you information that you need for the rest of the story. Like, you can't just be like, nah, I'm not going to do it. You know? But I don't read the preface usually. Prefaces are different. I feel like prefaces are like author notes to like let you know what's coming up in the book, if that makes sense. What are you talking about? What are you Benjamin? She said a preface. A preface and a prologue are not the same thing. They are different. A preface is like an author's note at the beginning of the book. Most people do skip those. But no one's skipping prologues. And I feel like you went on both profiles and voted. I feel like that's what you just did. Honestly. Just to skew the numbers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I need y'all to know this is an ongoing conversation in our household. Benjamin swears up and down that nobody reads prologues, and he was like, I shouldn't write one. I know what the poll says. I feel like you went and voted as I'd rather anime as well. That's what I feel like. But it could just be me. I don't know. Anyway, since I'm writing a sequel, there's not a prologue, but I don't know. Oh, okay. So I just had a train of thought, right? So I was like, I'm writing a sequel, so there's not a prologue for this one because the prologue is basically book one. Like, there's already things that have happened, right? But then I was like, I don't know. My next project, I'm writing the first book of another series. So I'm like, there might be a prologue for that one. But then I was just like, oh, wait a second. There might not be because y'all, my anthology submission got accepted. So I'm really excited about that. So it's called the Stygian Collection, and it's a group of author tubers. Like, it's a new indie publishing house, and they invited author tubers to submit to it, and I submitted, and it got accepted, and I'm really excited because my submission is like in a prequel origin story for one of the characters who are going to show up in the series that I'm planning to write. So I'm excited about it. I'm really thrilled because this is my first submission, I guess. This is the first time that I've written something to submit to another place and it got accepted. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled because they could have said no because art is subjective, right? So I'm really glad that they liked it. I'm really glad they accepted it. And I'm really just proud of the story in and of itself. I think, I don't know. Last set, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much, friend. I'm excited. And I'm hoping that it'll, introduce my writing to a larger group of people. And I'm excited for the story that I'm going to write next because I told my friend what the one-line pitch for it was. And she was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I was just I had a train of thought but I lost it, and I'm just I feel like with this next series it's going to be different from the Wrath of the Gods, only because with Wrath of the Gods it was more so about I feel like it has a darker, more world building tone. Like, it has more of a heavy fantasy tone, which is such a weird thing to say because obviously it is a fantasy. But if you read Keeping Promises is a lot more like, I don't want to say lyrical, but it's a lot more like flowy, kind of softer vibes. And I feel like this next series will be like a really good mix between that flowy type of writing that I had with Keeping Promises and like the world building full fantasy type that I have with Wrath of the Gods. So hopefully people will like it. I've already started like writing like little things that I know I want to include in it. The biggest thing that I have to figure out that I'm like kind of debating on right now is where the book is going to start, because I was talking to Audra, because just so y'all know, I talk to Audra all the time, like just day-to-day life, right? So I was talking to Audra and I was telling her what the book was about, and I was just like, yeah, it's gonna have this, it's gonna have that, and it's gonna be great. And she was like, oh snap. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, and of course it's gonna have a little bit of murder, because honestly, did I write the book if no one's getting past tensed? I don't know. I don't think so. Somebody has to go. So I don't know why that just tickled me so much, but I was just like, yeah, that's probably something. I can't think of any of the series that I have in my mind that I want to write where somebody does not get past tensed in it. And I'm just kind of like, that's what it is. That's what it is. I write stories about Black girls who aren't all that nice. Okay? I'm not writing soft main characters like that. But yeah. So let's see here. Relove Listen said, I love prologues, Benjamin. Love prologues. And congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Ben was like, I didn't say nobody reads the prologue, but some refuse to believe that there are not at least a few people like me that skip them. Thank you. Thank you, La. Fix your ways, Benjamin. It's so chaotic. It's so chaotic. I don't like it. But yeah, past tense. That's how I've been referring to it, instead of, because there's so many things that you can't say on the internet without being like targeted, and I'm just kind of like, nah. The characters they became past tense. That's it. But yeah. So we we are going to hop into this next sprint 55 minutes after. Just so you guys know, I do have to hop off of stream around 2 o'clock because I have a meeting. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can possibly get done in that time. But to be real with you, unless something really happened in these next couple of sprints, I do not see me hitting my word count goal on stream. I don't see that happening. But once I take a break and do my meeting, I will probably go back to writing so I can hit my word count goal, which will probably either be on Twitter or in the Discord. And, oh, I think I mentioned this, but in my personal Discord, so this one right down here, CM Lockhart, patreon.com/CM Lockhart, I am going to be doing like hangout writerly sessions on the weekends. First one is going to be March 11th. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out and join. I only have one tier. It's $5. And basically it just makes sure that I can afford to do stuff like this, the box and the cover and all the other miscellaneous things that it requires to be an indie author. So yeah. If you're interested in supporting, that's a fun way to do it. But obviously everything is optional, but I wanted to let you know that if you wanted to hang out with me on a Saturday morning to get some stuff done, you got options. But yeah. Ben said, I will try the next few prologues, but if I don't like them, I'm going back to skip. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life in that manner. So yeah, you got this. But it's 55 minutes after, so we're going to jump into this next sprint, you guys. Y'all know how this works. 30 minutes. You could do sprints on your Patreon after your meeting. That's true. Would y'all be interested? I don't know if y'all are. I don't think y'all have signed up for like my personal Patreon. I know some of you guys are supporting the Melanin Library Patreon, but those are different. I don't take money from the Melanin Library. I don't pay myself from the Melanin Library. And I don't use any of the money from the Melanin Library to like do my own bookish stuff. That's purely stuff for the Melanin Library. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But yeah, anyway, let's do this. 30 minutes on the clock, chill hop in the background, and I will talk to you guys shortly. Happy sprinting! All right, you guys, that is it for that sprint. So let me know what you did, how you did, all of that good stuff. As for me, I am 256 words to the positive, so that's good. That's like roughly like 156 words, something like that. But I'm at a point where like I'm stuck. And not stuck because like I don't know what has to happen next, mostly because I'm like, for the purposes of the storytelling, like what scene needs to happen next, right? Because at this point, like there's several there's several layers to this, right? There are several things happening at one time, and I'm like, do I stick with Brandy's perspective and then like go from there, or do I jump to Sarah's perspective and what's going on with her, or do I just stay within this chapter and I add another scene to make it a little bit longer? But then I'm also like, the previous chapter was like super long, so I'm like, maybe a shorter one will be appreciated. I don't know. There's just some logistical things that have to happen, and I'm just kind of like, this needs to be figured out. So I will probably have to take some time to like really sit down and think about what I want the next scene to be before I can like really jump into it full force. But yeah, let's see here. Last wrote 2 pages that time. I definitely think I'm just kind of rambling to find the next step I want to do. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't say I hate this part of the drafting process, but this part of the drafting process gets frustrating when it's just like, I know that I want to write. I know that I want to accomplish things, but also, what am I supposed to be writing? It feels like that. It feels like rambling just to like get to the next, to figure out where we're going. That's kind of why I had to like rewrite chapter 16, because I was just like, it's just, it felt, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Not super thrilled at the moment, but this is part of the process, you know? So I know for me, I think that was the last sprint for me, because like I said, I have a meeting at 2:00. So I want to be able to prepare for that beforehand. And I want us to be able to have a full sprint. So I will probably, I don't know. I will probably try to sprint later on, even if it's not on YouTube. I'll probably try to do some Discord sprints. Yeah. Yeah. So it's, but you always get me. I try. We be on the same page. We be here. I feel like we know each other at this point. So yeah. You should write whatever you think would be the most interesting scene next. You can always rearrange chapters later if you need to. That's true. But also, there are some things that only make sense if they happen one after the other, because it's just like the reveal of information. It's very seldom that I write whole chapters that can just be moved without context later on. But I'll have to sit with it, because I think at this point, both characters are interesting and you would get more information either way. So you can only get to the Discord through your Patreon. Yes. So let me be clear. I have a Discord server for Black authors, and that one's just free. It's just invite only, but you got to be Black to get in. That one is, like I said, it's free. Just, you can just ask for the link and I'll send it. But the other one that I'm setting up is only for my Patreon subscribers. And they get stuff earlier than even my newsletter. So they're getting the cover reveal today. They also, I'm doing writing sprints with them on Saturday morning. And it's just going to be like a drink, not a drink, possibly a drink and chat. If I get back on today, it's going to be like just drinking and chatting and writing. A lot more casual than, I don't want to say more casual than like how I am on YouTube, but YouTube is definitely PG-13 version of me, because my mother-in-law watches these. But yeah, so either one, I can send you the link for. The one for my personal is through Patreon only. It's an exclusive perk for being a part of my Patreon, basically. The other one, like I said, that one's just for Black authors. I can send it to you. There we just kind of talk. We check in with each other. We do writing sprints sometimes. Occasionally we'll have like an unwind. We'll get together and we'll drink and talk. But it's a little bit. It's more like a casual touch base than like a club, if that makes sense. But yeah, so. Okay, that's really cool. I like that. Can I ask for a link? Yeah, absolutely. Which Discord will you do the sprints in later today? I'll probably do them in the Patreon one because I have to set it up. And so I'll probably do two birds at one stone, set it up, and then go ahead and do the next sprints. So that's probably on the agenda today. So yeah. And also I'll probably just also get a drink. And you can't do that. Well, you're not supposed to do that on YouTube, so I would prefer to do that in the Patreon Discord. That round I ended up cooking. I'm kind of stuck. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like today is like not the day. But we'll figure it out, y'all. We will figure it out. I have you. We follow each other on Twitter, so I will DM you the link to the Discord on Twitter, so you can go ahead and check that. And yeah, that's it, y'all. That's it. Hopefully. Sorry, text message. Side note, my friend got into a car accident and she was texting me, and I just needed to make sure that she was okay. But she is, so we're good. But yeah, that's it for that sprint. I will send you the link for the Discord, for the Melanin Network Discord. If you guys want to join my other Discord, then patreon.com/CM Lockhart. And if you're watching this in the future, feel free to join anyway, because I'm going to continue to do this. And if you haven't already, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, so that you don't miss when I go live again. The goal is to also go live and stream again tomorrow and Thursday. I don't have, as of right now, any meetings that I have to do, so it should be the full time where I'll be on stream until I finish meeting my word count goal. So that'll be that. And also a reminder that, We Are Dying Gods, go ahead and pre-order it if you haven't already, because I promise y'all it's going to be great. I promise y'all it's going to be great. At least I think it's going to be great. I think it will be great, but I'm having a fun time writing it. So hopefully y'all will enjoy it as well. It's about the journey, but I'm not going to keep rambling. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will be back, most likely 90% sure that I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to do more sprints. So yeah, until next time, you guys, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, you guys.